Hi and welcome to my maths class. Today we're going to discuss graphs. Now, you need to understand a few basic concepts before you're doing graphs. Right, let us look at the way they write. Very often you will see that a graph they would write f of x. This is an f of x notation, is what you would refer to as y. What does that mean? If I give you f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. So I give you 3x plus 2. What they're saying is that if you got a value for x, let's say x is equal to 2, then what would the y value be? It means 3 into 2 plus 2. So wherever x is, I am substituting 2. Now when you get your answer, the answer you're getting is the y value. So if you had a Cartesian plane and you were going to plot it, it means where x is 2 and y is 8 will be the coordinate. Now it's important that you know how to do this, because sometimes they will give you an fx notation. And then they will tell you, draw the graph. And the method you could draw it is, there's various methods that you will learn. But you would learn, let's say you just want to draw 3 random points. Then you could substitute any random point you want. And that would give me 7. So what is my coordinate? My coordinate would be -1 and 7. So I have my dot there. You could continue like this. What I'm trying to emphasize is that if I give you x, so I give you that x is equal to -1. To get my y, you must substitute into the original. Now, the next thing that you need to know is domain and range. Now, what is domain? Domain basically means for what x values will the graph make sense? So what we're looking at, or the emphasis of domain, is the x value. And range would mean the y value. So when you are talking of domain and you are looking at a graph, then we are looking at this line, the x line. But when we are talking of range, then we are looking at the y line. Also, what is important is that when you're working with domain and range, it is always lowest to highest. Now, in the drawing sometimes they will color code it for you. Now, closed circles means that it is included. And when we are giving the answer for an included value, it is a square bracket. In your inequalities, you would have known it as greater and equal to, less than and equal to. If the circle is open, then it is not included, which means then it is a round bracket, and it would just simply be a greater or less than sign. Let us try to show you the different domains and ranges. Right, if you look at this graph, if I'm looking at the x value, the graph is going on and the x value is increasing and increasing. And here it's increasing and increasing till forever. But I'm talking of x. So remember, you are looking at your horizontal line. So if you were taking your finger, you'd go and go and go, and you'll say, hey, but it's going on till forever. If you're going this way, you'd say, hey, it's going on till forever. So it is going from negative infinity to infinity. This is your domain. Another way you could say is x is an element of R. It's a real number. It can be any number. So these two are same answers written in different ways. Now let's look at the range. The range is this way. So we're looking at the vertical way. Now if you look, this thing is going up and up and up. And this thing is going down and down and down. So it's going on till forever. So again, we have range is from negative infinity to infinity. Round brackets. Remember, infinity is always on a round bracket. Or you could have said y is an element of R. Again, they are same answers written differently. Let's take another example. Now this one, notice that I have open circles. What is the lowest value of x? It's stopping there. So the lowest value is going, it's minus 4. And the highest value it's going to is 4. So the domain is going from minus 4 to 4. They have open circles, so it's round. Another way of writing it, x is going from minus 4 to 4. But it is not equal to minus 4, neither is it equal to 4. So what are we saying? That x is greater than minus 4, but less than 4. It is not equal to minus 4, neither is it equal to 4. Now let's take the other one. If you look, there is no y value of this graph. Can you see? There's nothing here. And at this value, it's going up, but it's stopping at a certain point. It is stopping at 4. So our range, the lowest it has is 0. And the highest it's going is still 4. Now why am I including it? Because it is on 0. It's not over 0, neither is it bottom of 0. And this coordinate is on the path. That minus 4 is on the 0. So it's including 0 and it's including 4. Now this 0, they didn't give you a circle. They didn't show you any circle there. But you know it's including because these 2 points are on it. And the range, it's on 4. It's cutting through 4. If they wanted to emphasize that it's not equal to 4, then they would have put an open circle. Let's go on to another example. Now this is an interesting graph. This one here, they're telling you specifically, minus 4 is a point, minus 2 is a point, minus 1 is a point. Here it looks like minus a half is a point, 0 is a point, 1 is a point, 3 is a point, 5 is a point. What am I reading to you? I'm reading to you the x values of all these points. Now these x values are very specific. They only have values at that point. So which means x is an element of. And then you would start from the lowest. So what I'm telling you here is that x is only on these specific points. It is on the minus 4, it is on the minus 2, it is on the minus 1, it's on the minus half, it's on 0, it's on 1, 3, and 5. Now what is y an element of? Y is an element of, the lowest is minus 2. Can you see those are on the minus 2 line? Then we have a point on 1, and then we have a point on 3. 5 is a point. So it's minus 2, 1, 3, and 5. Those are the only points that y is on. So the domain would be as follows, and the range would be as follows. Very specific points. Now what is different between this graph and the one we had just done? This graph that we had just done does not have a line joining it. Whereas if the one we are doing now has a line joining it. Now when it has a line, it means all the answers from your lowest point to your highest point is accepted. So how do we write that? We write it as -4 to 5. And our range, what is our lowest? -2. And the highest is 5. So it's -2 to 5. Why the square brackets? Because they have closed colored in circles for us. That is why we have closed brackets. Why are we doing the entire thing? A line joining means every number between -4 and 5 is accepted. If it's 4.5, if it's 5 point, if it's 5, if it's 0, 1, even if it's just there, it's accepted because it's any point between those 2 points. Notice also that I'm going from lowest to highest, always. Whether it's domain, whether it's range, it is going from lowest to highest. Thank you for watching.